Hello and welcome to today's edition of The Reaction with me, Kajoko, and I'm here to serve you once again. It's a brand new day. Today we are delving straight on our chopping board. We are looking at the 32nd Ordinary Congress held at the Pram Pram or the Ghana Soccer Center by the Ghana Football Association and its members last Thursday. Please, I am here to have my take on this, and it's quite interesting to note that a lot happened in there, but I have some picks which I wouldn't want to let my audience down about it. So we are here to delve into it because look, the basic interesting thing is that we are here to educate, entertain, and then inform. So that's what we are going to do. Let's run straight into it. Yesterday, I intentionally had time and I visited the Ghana Football Association website. So you can't just do that with me. Just run your search engine with Ghana Football Association.com and it will show up there. They've published some of the key points or key happenings at the 32nd Congress, and a lot happening. And one of the headlines I picked was President Kurt E.S. Okreku unveils new wave of major partnership as corporate Ghana backs GFA. That was the headline, and then inside it, I intentionally went in there to look at the major picks, and then let's look at the partnership deals. Then I'll bring my takes in there. Then some of the red flags I saw there. So the first thing was that 3-year partnership with Kivu Ghana to support the development of cold football. I was just interested in, okay, it's a partnership deal. It's nice. It's good. What would be the responsibility of Kivu in this case? Because for coast club in this country, for me, for once, I think that we as a country we should begin to redefine our coast football system. That as we venture into modernization, or as we are in modernization, this coast system, if 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 we can even use Accra as a piloting system, where all the unregulated cold football leagues or cold football clubs, right, you bring them together, put them into sections, form an academy, a regulated academy system where the Ghana football DNA and our books, sitting in our books, catching a lot of dust, will be spread across, right? Then you teach them at that level. That's what I'm looking at. So if you are going to have sponsorship from Kivu at the coast level, it shouldn't be just Kivu throwing in their money. Even though we've not been told the amount involved or what Kivu is bringing on board as partnership. We can't tell if it is finance. We should be told, and then where and how these finances are going to be utilized, or what it will be utilized for. With the coast football league, is it just we don't have pitches? We are playing cold football league. That's my issue. You let me put that one aside. So let me keep on announcing the partnership too. So the first one is 3-year partnership with Kivu Ghana to support the development of cold football. Second, Goldfields Ghana, sponsor for Women's Premier League, 2 years, right? And they are doing this with KFC. And for KFC, their partnership is quite clear. They claim that it's a meal sponsorship for women. So they are going to provide meals. I don't know. They didn't specify that these meals are going to be provided on match days. They didn't say that. They only said meals for the women. And I'm wondering why meals? Why? Why meals? I don't know. I can't tell. Now let's talk about the next one. They said the XI Energy Drink has signed a 4-year partnership deal as Division One League Super Cup sponsors or partners. And it's also quite interesting that for the first time, the Division One League is having their own Super Cup to play for. More competitions means more money, right? And at least it's quite obvious that prior to this Congress, we had the FA president giving a lot of praise to FIFA, giving a lot of praise to CAF, and it's quite clear that he has learned one or two from that angle. And then the fourth sponsorship deal I saw in there was the UNB one, new headline sponsor of the Division One League for 3 years, and then the launch of the maiden edition of the U19 um, league for the juvenile football side. It's quite interesting. All these things that we are seeing in there, it is not bad, but my issue has always been if you tell us the problem, you should give us the solution. If you are clearly looking at the problem, then you should clearly gaze at the solutions to you should be able. That is what you are paid for. If for example, now let's run down the sponsorship deals. It's nice, it's good, it makes a lot of sense. But okay, look at the headline sponsor for the Division One League, UNB. Is it just about the money? And even if it's money, right? What at all are we going to use the money for? Our clubs have shown over and over again that they don't even understand why they are doing they are running football. They don't understand why they own clubs. These clubs are supposed to make sure that if they have players, they are taking care of their players well. They are supposed to be valuable. They should have value. They should have assets. They should be run properly. And any club that goes into bankruptcy should not have a space in our league, especially in the Division One, especially in the Premier League at the highest level, at the pinnacle of Ghana's football, domestic wise. As a football association, doing all these and going in for all these partnerships, you only bring these partnerships first hand to these clubs if and only if you are serving as an oversight, making sure that the monies are being used for the right things and the right purposes. Obviously, go to Division One club, their dressing room, some don't even have their pitches, rocky, bad, as bad as something else. It's a pitch that nobody would like to play on. Yet they keep on playing. Yet they are in the Division One. Yet they have administrators. Yet they have CEOs. You get my point. So if these sponsorship deals are going to be made available to this club, then it is clear that we should start demanding a lot from them, because over the years, Division One has been one of the sides that have struggled for partnership, headline sponsors. I am even told that last season they didn't have a headline sponsor. And this year they've have one, they've gotten one. That's a step in the right direction. It's a step in the right. It's not just about handing over, squeezing out the little corporate Ghana can give to us, and then all we can use it for is squander it unfruitfully, squander it upon stuff that they will not inure to the benefits of the game. We should start looking at that direction too. It's very important. Very for me. If look, let's go to our neighboring countries. Let's go abroad. We like to compare ourselves to the Europeans. Go to the English Premier League, go to the Championship. Do you think the Championship clubs are giving so much money just to squander without thinking about how to reinvest it into the game and make sure the game is going to the highest level, right? Hull City, who would have thought Hull City would be playing the Premier League this season? And so they went to play the playoffs, right? Look at the stadium they've built, the infrastructure, the caliber of players they've bought to be able to play in the Premiership, or because of resources. How many of our clubs here in the Division One are truly qualified to play in the Ghana Premier League? How many? How many in terms of infrastructure wise? Then nobody will be playing football. And our biggest problem has always been that our infrastructure has been taken for granted. We have to start looking at it again as important. Now let's move into it. So for the partnership, my biggest problem, we should start looking at partnership that will inure to the benefits of the game. We'll see to it that the game is growing to the next level. That's it for me. Now let's move. Let's move and talk about it. The next one, I went into another story again on the same GFA website. Look, here we cover story in baby. We won't take the stories from their own mouth. Let's go. GFA deepens quotes investments. Once I saw the headline, I said, Jesus Christ, good headline, good story. Let me see what is going on there first. So, the stories I'm trying to relax about it because look, it's quite interesting. It says the GFA in one of their paragraphs, it says GFA has invested 1.8 million Ghana cedis in 2 years to train 600 coaches through the GFA funded CAF e-coaching program. Is someone here with me? I'm going over again. GFA has invested 1.8 million Ghana cedis in 2 years to train 600 coaches through the GFA funded CAF coaching, licensed D coaching program. It's quite interesting. And look, if you've been to the coaching programs before, it depends on where you find yourself in terms of your country, even though the amount is still the same. So it ranges from $150 to $300. And yesterday I realized that the amount given to us by the GFA is quite synonymous to them picking the highest one, which is $300. Into the 600 coaches no for 2 years no kickable. If you do the balance, and it means that they went in for the $300 package for each coach. Now the big problem is this: it's not about the coaches that you are given the knowledge, right, to be able to impact the younger generation. It's not about that. It is you running a regulated system where if you are taking in A, it has a ripple effect on B. If I am training coaches and I don't have pitches, where do we go? Tell me. No, with all sincerity, let's be fair to ourselves. If I'm training coaches and I don't have pitches, the pitches I have are sun-baked pitches. They are not pitches that are good to train younger generations upon on. It is not the same. Is it the have you been to the Mamobi Nima Park before? The one close to Kanda? Look, you could see the concrete in there. Any young man who plays on that pitch is gradually telling him or himself that he cannot play at the highest level. Yes, these astroturfs that we've created, they are bad, very bad, very bad. If you visited any of them, including a private one, those who have taken advantage of it, that every match they look, the young guys in our vicinity, anytime they want to play good football, then they tell themselves that's the only option they have. So they would have to contribute, yeah. So 400 cedis, you go and pay for 2 hours, 3 hours, and you play a game. That's what they do over there. 400 cedis per day. No, per day. For 4 hours. How many coast club will pay 400 cedis for the AstroTurf? On the sandbag pitches, they are ragged, they are not good enough, they are dusty. It's not a playing ground which will allow you to learn your football at a basic level, right? That's what we are doing. That's what we are doing to ourselves. We should begin to rethink, recycle a lot of things at the same time. That we would have to admit these monies. Look, we do the right thing. You are doing the right thing at the wrong time. Yes, indeed. If you are spending 1.8 million Ghana cedis on coaches, where are they? What are their purpose? What is it supposed to do? The coaches are supposed to come back, right, and serve a purpose. Now they can only serve a purpose if the resources are given, provided if they don't have it, they don't have the resources. Where do they go? You claim coach clubs, pick Strong Tower Football Academy, right? The same academy, the same scouts, Coach Ayoba and his team. Go and ask them. Go and ask them. The private people are doing it right. How much more the people who we some way, somehow, indirectly or directly give our monies to them to run our football? To run our football. What has happened to us? Why? If Right to Dream is doing it, how much more us? Why? Why can't we do it? Why can't we do it? Why? What is stopping us? Why have we decided that every now and then we make decisions and it will call on some of us to come make a lot of complaints, and it will seem as though all we know how to do is to profess problems, not solutions? If we want solutions, we'll give it to you. We need a proper overhaul in our football system. The pettiness, the pick and choose decisions that we make is not going to yield any results. Yeah? Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. The next thing I also saw that which caught my attention on the same story is that the GFA has spent $100,000 for purchasing footballs for second tier, third tier, and women's division 1 league clubs. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? And then in the story, they add up that this is another way of what? Buying logistics, resources for the clubs, for them to be able to do it. Do that. If you can't buy football as football administrators, then you have no business doing football. For GFA to spend as much as $100,000, you know what 100,000 can do in preparing a natural gas pitch for a community? Do you know what 100,000 could do? And they tell us that they are going to repeat it. An annoying thing. This is a policy you want to repeat. Then it means that somebody is benefiting somewhere. How much costs one football? How many balls are you going to buy? And then how many clubs are going to get it? How many are you going to give to each club? For it to cost us a sum of 100,000 USD. Do you know what we are doing to ourselves? Do you know what we are doing? Come on. No way. Another policy I saw in there is that the policy of power the youth, a strategy to power the youth, that each player deserves 3 football. If you have footballs and you don't have pitches, where do you go? How do you play the ball? Man, come on. What kind of thinking is this? What kind of thinking is this, my people? We got to start making things right. We have to start making things right. We need a lot more of the TNA park. We need a lot more of that. We need a lot more of that. As GFA, as the Ghana Football Association, if you have any partnership, you should begin to start looking at how many natural gas pitches builders or park builders or stadium builders, how many can I get on board? If I could get them as in, okay, build a stadium, okay, build as many as you can build. If it is 2, we go into a contract with you as the Ghana Football Association. We go into a contract with you, build it for us. We can guarantee you an audience X or Y which will come to the stadium. So you take care of it. Then you are managing it for 2 years, for 3 years, for 5 years. Once you are done, you're able to recoup your money as an investor plus profit. Then you hand it over to government. So it comes back to the NSA, the National Sports Authority. If we can do that, these are the kind of partnerships I'm looking at. If the Ghana Football Association is working to the UNB, they should start telling UNB, we are begging you. If you are working to Goldfields, go to Goldfields. Tell them, okay, we have partners with this. We can partner with this pig builder. We can partner with this stadium builder. That come and do this for us. And this is how you recoup your money. And this is how government makes another step in the right direction to find a way of finding an equilibrium to the deficit of our sporting infrastructure bits and problems. We should start looking at stuff like that. What's stopping us? What is stopping us? Honestly, we should start looking at things in the right direction. If you ask me, look, we can actually do better. We're set in a country where if you go and ask the regional football associations that how many clubs are in the Division 2, are in the Division 3, they don't have it. We can't even tell. This is where we bring an end to today's edition of the reaction with me and Kajikop. And please do not to click on the subscription button, click on the notification button. It was nice doing this with you. Please, I love you. And thanks for joining me. And I'm out.